Hi, I'm Mark, and I've been helping businesses grow and scale with sales and marketing for over 10 years. In this video today, I will show you how I tripled this business's revenue by 3x, going from 7,000 monthly recurring revenue to around 27,000 monthly recurring revenue. I'm going to walk you through the 4 things I did to this business to triple their revenue. Let's get into it. So, funnily enough, this was a lead generation business, and I'm going to walk you through the steps that they were using in order to acquire customers. So, at the beginning, they were using outbound to drive booked meetings, right? So, this is the marketing channel. And what they would do is they would drive people to the website to then book a call through the website. This would lead to a meeting. During the meeting, they would propose the services and pitch the client. And then after that meeting, they would send an email with the proposal attached and with a payment link. And they were charging around $500 per month for this particular monthly recurring service. And what we did was we applied these 4 things. So the first thing was we added more marketing channels. So instead of doing 1 to 2 channels, we started doing 4 channels. So they were doing outbound, they implemented a referral system. We then added Google ads, we added Facebook ads, and this basically increased the amount of traffic that this business was getting. And what we would do is we would then drive them to the same place, which is the website, to book a meeting. But the purpose of this meeting was a bit different to the first one. We transitioned from a proposal where we would basically show a brochure of the company's services and clients and testimonials, and we made it more of a discovery call. So we said, okay, well, we wanted to establish a few things. Are you motivated to solve a pain, to understand the why behind the reason why they converted on our website and why they're looking for lead generation services. Basically, we're just trying to figure out if they have a deep enough problem that we can solve, right? So we convert this to more of a discovery call instead of us talking. So this meeting, we were talking a lot. This one, we're talking a lot less, listening and asking a lot of questions. What we would do then is we would actually book another meeting, right? So we would say, okay, well, we think you're a good fit for us. We believe we can help you. And we would collect information about that business, saying, okay, how many leads you get currently? Where are you sourcing them from? What challenges have you had? What goal are you trying to reach? And we would collect the business unit economics of the person we were speaking to so that we could then put this into the proposal to do something a bit more customized. So we would actually increase the number of meetings with the customer. And we would eventually drive them to an email plus proposal plus link. So we actually increased the number of steps. That says payment. So the reason why we moved from light touch to medium touch, and that's what that stands for, is basically increasing the number of steps, is because this business had a pricing of $500 per month. And we felt that it's a bit too low. People might see it as cheap. And when things are too cheap, people start to question the quality, right? So what we wanted to do is we actually increased the price to $1,500 per month. Because the value that we were delivering was in the thousands, tens of thousands. If somebody used this agency's services, they would make tens of thousands of dollars in new revenue. And it was a price like this that would justify that. So if we think about it, every business will have its cost, right? This company pays for software, it pays for people, it pays for office space, okay? So that's the cost. And basically the $500 that they were charging was cost plus. So they would take their costs, add some kind of markup, and price it at $500. But what we wanted to do is, because we understood that the value for some clients were making $80,000 per month from using our services. So If we're charging 500 and we're making them 80,000, that doesn't really make sense, right? We can basically increase the price to, let's say, 1,500 without any change in demand, right? Because people know that they're getting value for the pricing that they're paying. And this was a little bit too cheap. And this was towards the upper end of what they were willing to pay. And that's worth testing because it's one of the quickest changes you can make, and it quickly influences the amount of revenue you can make. And that's what it did for this business. So we increased the price because we were just providing a ton more value. I don't recommend cost plus pricing. You want to do value-based pricing. So that is value-based pricing. Okay. And then we also covered light touch to medium touch. So sometimes, and this is a really great insight, is that the more hoops you make people jump through, much like an interview process, right? If you get a phone screen first, then you have to do a first interview, second round, third round interview, and it's really tough and you have to do a test. The commitment by the time they come to signing an employment contract is huge, right? It's like, I just went through all of this, and it's a really strong sign of commitment. And when it comes to sales for this company, by increasing the steps and making people jump through more touch points and more hoops, by the time they would come to payment, they were ready to pay $1,500 because they have already put in so much commitment and so much work. And we were able to explain the value of what we could drive for them monthly. They could see the value, and the conversion rate and the throughput on the back end increased.
Hey, I just wanted to take a moment to pause the video and let you know that I'm relatively early in my YouTube journey, and I would really appreciate it that if you like the content, please give it a like and subscribe. All right, that's it. Back to the video.
The other part, what we did, bam, book another meeting, right? So because we had 2 meetings, what we implemented was that on this meeting, on the same call, we would basically, in advance, book a meeting in 3 to 7 days ahead. So we would say, hey, we're going to put together a proposal based on the information that you give us, a customized proposal, and we're going to present that to you in this next meeting. When are you free next week? Tuesday or Thursday, 3 p.m. or 5 p.m., right? Whatever it is, you book another meeting. Why? Because far too often what we found was that people were asking for a proposal. We would send them an email and they would just ghost, right? So we would lose complete control of the deal. So by booking another meeting from this meeting, you could actually present the proposal to them during the call. And that's just getting more commitment from them, increasing the likelihood that they are to become an actual customer. And we don't waste time sending emails with proposals that, where we get ghosted. So we call that BAM, book another meeting. The fourth thing that we did that had a really big impact was that once people would come through to the website to book a meeting, they would have to fill out a form. What we did was that we ran traffic to the website and they would fill out a form. It was name, email, website, I think, and phone number was optional. So what we did is we implemented on this form BANT. So BANT stands for budget, authority, need, and timing. So what we did was we increased the number of channels to increase the amount of traffic, people coming to the page, seeing what we're about. And then we would increase the number of form fields, including questions around BANT, to qualify people. Because what we wanted to do is we wanted to increase the efficiency of the salespeople attending the meetings. So questions that we included on the form. So B is budget. So we would say things like, our services cost between X to X price, around 1,500 per month. Are you willing to invest money in order to make money? Yes or no? Then we would ask for A, authority. Are you a decision maker within your company, or do you need someone else? N is need. Do you currently feel like you need these services in order to fix your problem? And T is time. So we want to say, are you ready to get started as soon as possible in the next 2 weeks or in the next 4 weeks? So by doing that, we would filter out a whole bunch of unqualified leads, therefore increasing the number of qualified leads coming through into the meeting. Then on the meeting, we would do a discovery call, qualify again based on some other discovery questions like business type, asking them more business related questions, just seeing if they had a deep enough pain that we could help them with. And then we would book another meeting saying, hey, on this date, are you free? We're going to propose. We're going to take the information you give us, produce a customized proposal and a plan for you. I'm going to present that to you on this day. Sound good? Cool. And then after this meeting was done, where we would present the proposal, we would then follow up with, hey, are you ready to move forward? Attached is the proposal that we presented in the call last time, plus a payment link. And from here, we would then collect payment and the pricing would be higher. So we basically tripled the revenue of this company simply by optimizing the marketing and also the sales process, changing the pricing from cost plus to value-based pricing, from low touch to medium touch, because we increased the price. The more higher ticket the price, typically you need to increase the number of touch points during the sales process. So this worked really, really well. And also booking a meeting from a meeting. As soon as you send a proposal to someone, you lose control of the deal. So you really want to ensure that you present in a meeting where they have to attend, you get commitment, and it's much easier to answer questions to people about the proposal as you walk through it. If you just send proposals, people just get busy, they just scroll to the pricing page, and you don't get to explain the value behind your service to achieve the outcomes to justify paying this price. So try to share proposals during meetings. And then we talked about BANT as the last one. Include budget, authority, need, timing questions into forms, because that will qualify a lot of leads. And you might say, oh, that will decrease the number of leads that we get. That might increase the cost per lead that we pay. Yes, but you're also paying a ton of people to take these sales calls, and they need to be spending time on people who are highly qualified, right? Because you don't want to waste their time filtering out low quality leads. That's just not a good use of their salary to be working on leads that are unqualified. So I really hope this gives you some thinking points when it comes to optimizing your marketing and sales processes in order to grow your business. Thank you.